Many businesses are devastated. That's an understatement. They thought they finally had the light at the end of the tunnel, but now it just feels like the rug has been ripped out from underneath them again. There's already calls for extended financial support, including the JobKeeper package. At the moment, it's due to end at the end of September. Now, the Premier today was asked whether he'd be pushing the Prime Minister to extend that further. Here's what he had to say.
I've had a conversation with him and he clearly understands that there's going to be more hardship and more pain in Victoria than perhaps other parts of the country, and his policies are designed to be based on hardship. So I have a very strong relationship with the Prime Minister. It's not about politics, it's about getting this pandemic under control, and I'm confident that there'll be support there.
Now, the Treasurer today said an announcement would be made on July 23 as to the future of that, but didn't rule out extending that payment.
Victoria is a quarter of the nation's economy, and what happens in Victoria matters to the rest of the nation. That's why this needs to be a full court press, not just from the Commonwealth Government and the Victorian Government, but indeed from all governments to support efforts in Victoria to ensure that we don't see a spread of new cases beyond what we've already seen, and indeed beyond the boundaries of Victoria into other states.
Annalise, many pubs, bars, restaurants, other businesses had only just started sort of reopening. Now they're looking back at that lockdown or going to takeaway only. I'm currently at the Lamaro's Hotel in Melbourne, and here I've got with me Paul Dimattina. Paul, just how much of an impact is this going to have on your business?
Enormous impact. Obviously, we struggled through the last lockdown, and we're going to, it's going to happen again. It's sad for especially the younger generation that I've got working here. That unfortunately, I've probably got 8 on JobKeeper. Then the rest of my staff, with 30 staff here, there's nothing available to them. So the tears yesterday, the tears amongst the staff, the disappointment was phenomenal. It's killing me to see them, not being able to survive, pay their rent. They live week to week. A lot of the younger generation that especially work in hospitality. I mean, I'm just disappointed. I'm going to go out there. Dan should have just put his hand up yesterday. When he made his announcement, he should have resigned as well. He's pointing the finger at all us Victorians when a lot of us have been doing the right thing. He and his government have let us all down, and it's horrible. So Dan, please resign. Stand up and man up. Enough's enough. It's horrible.
What do you think he should have done?
What do I think he should have done? Maybe the first time hold the restrictions back a week or two. What? Let a rally go ahead. A 10,000 people rally. Let that go ahead. Come on, let's be honest. If you're going to do something, do it properly. You're still allowed to go to Bunnings. A lot of other businesses are allowed to survive, yet we got told to sit down, shut up and stop. Not fair.
Paul, how are you going to get through these next 6 weeks?
We'll go back to what we did previously. I'll set the front bar up here again as a delicatessen. I'll have the bottle shop going. That's a smidgen of what we can do. It's hard to survive. You've got to pay your rent, you've got your outgoings, everything else you still got to pay. Small business, we just get left behind. The larger corporates, some of the larger business, I reckon, get looked after better than what we have. It's just really disheartening. It's the tragedies are out there. More people are dying from suicides. I think we've got to get things into perspective. We know coronavirus is there. We know what we've got to do. Then you've got some other muppets who aren't doing the right thing, and we all have to suffer. It's just not fair.
Paul, will your business survive?
We'll survive because I'm resilient. I'm tough. It's what I'm built of. But a lot of other people aren't. Look at the suicide rate. Other people don't have the intestinal fortitude to get through it. And that's why I said, Dan, resign. He's had his time. Enough's enough. Stop pointing the finger at the rest of us when you and your bureaucrats are to blame for this. Stand up, man up, get out of our faces and let us survive somehow, because you're not at the moment. Bloody horrible.
Thanks very much, Paul, and all the best for you and your business here. Annalise, some strong words there for the Premier.